Case study of Chloe. Meet Chloe. She is 19 years old, studies art, loves animals, but unfortunately sometimes she self-harms to help her cope with an emotional overload that overwhelms her. Now meet Jan. She has taught art for 20 years. She loves animals too, and one day as Chloe itched her arm, she noticed there were several old and new wounds at the top of Chloe's arm. Jan is an experienced and well-respected tutor, but this shocks even her, and she decides to mention what she has seen to student services. How did Chloe start to develop self-harming behaviours? Well, Chloe's mum and dad divorced when she was 14. A new partner moved into Chloe and her mum's home, and that partner began physically abusing Chloe's mum for 2 years before moving out. Of course, Chloe witnessed much of this violence, and at the same time, Chloe's father met a new partner with her own child, and they rejected Chloe from the home. Naturally so, Chloe began to feel unloved. I think it's fair to say that the damage to Chloe's mental health had certainly began. Chloe began building an emotional wall of worthlessness. This wall was created by the rejection from her father, which led to extreme emotional pain, witnessing domestic violence, which made her feel trapped but also powerless. And by 16, Chloe's emotional wall had created emotional overload. When this happened, Chloe would panic. She would shut herself away or grab something and carve her skin. Interestingly, psychological chaos during the adolescent years can create rejection of the self. This means someone like Chloe will form a view of themselves as unworthy, shameful, or disgusting. In this state, a person may feel compelled to attack themselves for being less than they think they should be. Self-harm thus becomes a type of justifiable self-punishment. How did the college help Chloe? Luckily, the college has a mental health liaison officer. Student Services discussed Chloe's situation with the mental health liaison officer. The MHLO then met with Chloe to discuss her mental health, at which point the MHLO signposted Chloe to the most appropriate support services within the college and externally. If needed, the MHLO could have liaised with NHS colleagues for further service support. The MHLO requested that Chloe be added to the waiting list for the college counselling service, and in the meantime have Chloe register with Together All, which is a free mental health resource that students can access self-help and self-management resources as well as live therapy sessions should she only be able to commit to therapy at weekends or evenings. So what can we do if we are faced with somebody who self-harms? Well, first we can advise where learners can go if they feel unable to control their feelings. So agree with a learner that they can leave the classroom for up to 10 minutes. Advise learners they can approach student services where they can sit quietly or talk. And if the learner tells you they have self-harm, say, "Thank you for telling me, shall we go and talk to student support?" We can use online resources. Your MHLO can refer learners to a choice of apps and online services that may support them through any stage of the self-harm cycle, and that's pre or post the act of self-harm. We can also recognise that self-harm is a serious mental health condition. It is never an act of attention seeking. Try to be ready with some positive sentences and never force a learner to do what makes them feel uncomfortable. The learner must control the situation. We could ask learners, would you like me to arrange a meeting with student services? I can be with you. Or we can say to the learner, I know it is hard to stop, but is there something that we can do to help you?